Hello guys, the polity questions for 2024, as we discussed earlier, it was easy questions this time and many people will clear the cutoff just because of polity questions. Okay, so around 17 questions are there. I have shown you the split up already last week where we discussed like how many questions or which are the questions which came from particular subjects. You can see polity, schemes and international body together around 22 questions came, in which 17 are polity, which you can tell almost everything is Lakshmikant based and some are newspaper based. Okay, that is why out of the 17 I have put 14 as easy, 1 as medium and 2 as tough. Some people may find like it's like 12 easy and 3 medium and then 2 tough, but anyway it is not going to tough category. Okay, from the easy you can switch it to maybe medium but not to tough. Tough will be only maximum 2 questions are there. So here we'll discuss this 17 questions today, and in the next episode we'll discuss science 8 questions, which is this one, which is highlighted in yellow, and this one from energy section I will take because that is also a little bit of science. Okay, the hydro energy, the power technology, so that I'll mix them. Then 8 plus 8 16 questions will be there, so that in one episode itself your maximum questions gets covered. Okay, so here I'll try to remind you one more thing, that today is the last day. Tomorrow 6 p.m. evening they will close the window where you can report wrong questions. I already told you what are the questions which are doubtful, and in comment section many students have given some more opinions, so you can check out this video and immediately go and do it. Okay, only the people who have given the prelims this time, meaning you have an admit card and you have a question booklet number, only such people can report it. So please check out that video. Already more than 3,500 people have seen it and many have reported also. You can report a wrong question to UPSC so that they can delete it from the mark and then decide the cutoff. Okay, so here first question: who was the provisional president of the Constituent Assembly before Dr. Rajendra Prasad took over? This is a very straightforward and one of the easiest questions which came in polity, because it's there in your spectrum textbook also and it's there in your Lakshmikant textbook also. We have covered both in the format of lectures which are free and test series which are paid. Okay, so in spectrum test I have taken the screenshot. Satchidananda Sinha, that is, you know, before our parliament or before our actual elections happened in 1951 in India, we had a temporary setup, a Constituent Assembly who drafted all the constitution and all the other works. So that time also we needed a president, and that time it was Satchidananda Sinha. It's a factual thing, but it is there in your textbooks, and whoever is learning Lakshmikant and spectrum would have read this fact. That is why it is one of the easiest question. Question number 1 is done. Okay, now question number 2. Again, if you see a factual thing, Government of India Act 1935, which again, this is our Lakshmikant lecture screenshot, and we have the same spectrum also. I have done spectrum lecture screenshot. Okay, in both places we have done that in detail, and the statements are also very straightforward, that they provided for the establishment of All India Federation based on British provinces and princely state. Okay, here also in my lecture, see provinces and princely state, it will be there. It's a straightforward thing, but it did not happen. That is why it is telling it provided for the establishment. It actually did not establish. Okay, it failed to establish it because of some problems, but it provided for the establishment. That is correct statement, and so statement 1 is correct. Second one, defense and foreign affairs were kept under the control of the federal legislature. Okay, you should know that we had a diarchy concept which we studied right from 1919 Act and all. It's there where this viceroy and everyone will divide the subjects. Like now we have union list, state list and concurrent list. That time they had a kind of a federal list, provisional list, and again a concurrent kind of a residuary list and all is there, which the viceroy will keep with himself. So these kind of things, defense and foreign affairs, obviously will not be given to legislature or the people and all. It was with the this viceroy and the team only, because there was in that, if you studied, we have taught you, that's there in this slide also, transferred subject and reserved subject. Okay, transferred where legislature will be a little bit consulted, but reserved means is reserved for the viceroy and the executive members only. So this legislature thing should be wrong. As per our lectures and what we have understood from Lakshmikant and spectrum, this should be wrong, and answer will be A1 only. Okay, so this is the second question. See, this lecture was done 6 years ago. More than 37,000 people have seen this particular spectrum lecture. Okay, so now we will go to the third question. So these questions and all, it's expected that a serious aspirant do, because it's not even geography or it is not economics concept or something. It is the 2 subjects for which we have standard books. One is modern history spectrum and one is Lakshmikant, which you see here. Okay, Lakshmikant here. Okay, see concurrent residue, the subjects. Okay, now third one, Article 368. This also is a very simple, straightforward question. This, if you see our lecture, chapter number 10, which is there in YouTube, even now you can go and check out. Article 368 is in part 20. This part 20 I am circling is because this also came as a question. Another one question we will see in the sometime, where the part number was given, part 20, and opposite to that is written amendment. So that time, meaning the same topic, they asked 2 questions. Okay, so here Article 368, if you see addition, variation or repealing, you can do anything, and that is common sense also. When you can amend means, it doesn't mean you can just add or you can just just delete or you can just modify. You can do anything with that. That is called amendment. So it's a very, very simple thing. Actually, you don't need to study Lakshmikant also. With this thing, like Parliament may amend what? It can amend anything. Okay, and that also, if you see, our revision charts are there. If you see this one revision chart where types of majority we were discussing, and we told like for Article 368 we need special majority where 2/3 present and voting plus absolute majority. These things are all in detail in our revision charts are there. And here, if you see behind me, we have given examples of what all is done through 368 amendment. Okay, so NJAC, GST, Federal Polity, Supreme Court, High Court. So addition type of example will be there, variation type of example will be there, deletion type of example will be there, everything is there. So it's a very, again, a very straightforward, easy question. This time, that's why I'm telling Lakshmikant, if you have done nicely and went, you will reach the cutoff with this itself, with like half of your cutoff marks will come from here itself. Now, next question again, very simple, money bill. Okay, money bill is not like first time they're asking, money bill, ordinary bill and budget and all. It's like a expected and repeated thing. So here, if you see, it's Rajya Sabha has no role. Okay, that was one question which came previously, like where on all Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha has equal powers and different powers and all. At that time also answer was like money bill there. Okay, so here if you see introducing money bill is only the power of Lok Sabha, and here all the statements are very straightforward. If you see Article 109 and 110, we know it is the money bill. Article 111 will be the next one. Article 112 it will become the budget. It's given in order only. That articles in our lectures also, all the articles we have shown with parts and all, that also screenshots are there. So Article 109 is the actually the procedure for money bill. Okay, definition will be in 110. So this one, if you see in this revision chart, I think here it's not visible. Let me just here if you see money bill introduced where? Introduced only in Lok Sabha, only by a minister. Then here president's recommendation is not needed. Then can Rajya Sabha, what they can do? What that also we have given. Rajya Sabha can just recommend, and within 14 days if they recommend or not, anyway it will get passed. They have no value. Okay, here it's written RS no much value. This is our revision chart. That's why I always tell keep your revision charts with you in your phone, so that in case you couldn't revise the entire chapter, our revision chart will help you at a lot of important points at least. Okay, then here joint sitting not required, and then what the president can do. President can either approve or withhold. Complete summary is there in this one single chart, which in ideally Lakshmikant, to read all these 5 bills, you have to read 20 to 25 pages. Okay, so this is a summary for those people who already studied, because there are many people seeing this will come and ask like, sir, give me revision charts. That students won't pass. You have to study the Lakshmikant, do the MCQs, and this is just for revision, just for a quick glance, and on the prelims day it will help you. Okay, so this is what was asked. If you see go back to the question, Article 109, it is correct. Money bill shall not be introduced in the Council of States. Council of that, at least you should have known that Council of States is called Rajya Sabha. Okay, the upper house. A money bill shall not be introduced. It's correct. Rajya Sabha can either approve or suggest changes, but cannot reject, because they don't have that power. So this is also correct. Next one, amendment to the money bill suggested by the Rajya Sabha have to be accepted by Lok Sabha. We already told they have no value. So 4 is wrong. So when 4 is wrong, this is gone, and 1, 2, 3 all are needed. So this is correct. So this is the very like straightforward, again I will tell, because in polity test also, in economics test also, this thing will be there. You simply search my PDF, open my PDF, and then search these things. Okay, Article 1109, Article 112, Article 110, everything, 11 MCQ or notes or something will be there. Okay, I have just told the revision chart because in one glance you couldn't see the entire thing. Okay, now next question, question number 70. This is one in the medium to difficult category I will tell, because usually you don't study the detailing of this council. Okay, you would have studied zonal council, which we also teach you. See, we have a revision chart, zonal council, where we have north, east, west and south, and central also, and then this all are through the one particular act. But then later in 1971 they made a special act for northeast and made a northeast council. But the common thing among all this is home minister will be the chair always. Home minister will be the chair of all these councils. Okay, this also in our all statutory and headed by the home minister. In our revision chart is there. So here only confusion or problem why we are telling it's not easy is because they are asking you, after amending, some people were added into this council, and finally who is the members of this council. So this level we don't teach everyone. Okay, so that is the reason directly you will not know, but here elimination will work, because home minister is the chair, he is not the member. So when they are asking which of the following are members of this thing, comprise of members, because home minister is not a full-time party to that. They are working their thing throughout the time, and when the meeting happens, that time home minister will go and chair it. So he is not a member. So if you eliminate 4, this will go away, this will go away, this will go away, and answer will come 1, 2, 3. So that way, that's why I didn't put in easy or medium category or tough category. Okay, it's in the middle, because even if you know or if you don't know, there are either ways. Okay, either elimination work or you actually studied this and went. So that way, this question I put in medium category. Okay, but still, if you consider tough, you can consider this as tough also, because straightforward we don't teach you this council's members properly. Okay, meetings and all we have covered, but even when Manipur issue was going on. That is the reason it is asked. That time this council meeting and all frequently happened. But members in detail, even we did not properly teach you, so we don't claim it as easy question. Okay, this is again about another question. Okay, zonal councils and all. Here if you see Northeastern Council chaired by Union Home Minister. This in multiple places we have covered, so that just I wanted to show you. Okay, so next question. How many delimitation commission have been constituted? This also, if you tell you don't know, then you are a very weak aspirant, because delimitation and population census and everything because of election, it was very important, and it came in newspapers back to back, July, September, October, everywhere. Editorial, if you see, this is my editorial screenshot which I did. That time itself told my editorial alone, if you watch, you will get extra marks in prelims. So this editorial date is July 21. Okay, see behind me, July 21 Friday I covered this. In this, what is written? Delimitation commission 4 times. Okay, delimitation commission 4 times. That is 1952, 63, 72, 2002. I have highlighted and taught you in the lecture itself. Okay, because these are all things which you should know, because the delimitation means you are parliament constituencies which we have, that across India 543 is there. In each state like 20 to 25 or 40, 45 seats will be there. So that and all you should know. And because now in the next delimitation which happens, the 543 also will change. Whenever it happens, close to I think 600 Lok Sabha seats will come totally. Okay, every state will get a little bit increase based on their population and many other factors. So delimitation commission was expected topic, and that is what they have asked. In our test series also, this is polity test number 10 or polity full test number 2. In that also we have given the 4 years in which delimitation commission was done. So this is again a very easy, straightforward for people who prepared and went. Okay, next again a very simple question. It's there in your, I think, opening chapter of Lakshmikant itself will be there. See, chapter number 7 to 11 we had a test. That particular chapters, it's there. If you see all the 22 languages of 8th schedule and which year what was added. Okay, initially 14 languages were there, and then 1967 they added Sindhi. Then 3 more languages, that is Konkani, Manipuri and Nepali was added in 1992. That is what is asked. Konkani, Manipuri and Nepali was added in 1992. Okay. And then Maithili is the next one. If you see, Bodo, Dogri, Maithili and Santali was added in 2004. So Maithili will not come in the answer. Eliminate these A, B, C and D, and you get the answer as A, 1, 2, 3. So these are all straightforward, but I accept that these are factual. Okay, so in the exam hall, you recollecting is based on how you studied. If you had studied properly chapter wise and then solved the MCQs there itself through Vysh's kind of test series, this would have remained in your brain more often. But you randomly study and then take some random mock test and all, it won't stay. Okay, so that's why at least learn from this time. Join some test series immediately. Okay, now itself you are starting 2025 preparation, 1 year is there. Join some test series who takes you along with the preparation. You study something, you solve a test. You study something, solve a test. Don't do like 6 months I will study and then I do test. Such people have not cleared prelims. Okay, so please take these kind of advices seriously, which I have already covered in foundation. Next question, this is what I told, again factual. They are asking what is part 9A, what is part 18, what is part 20. So this also I will put in medium category because it's easy, but you need not remember all this. Maybe the last one you will remember because it's a one part where only one article is there. Okay, part 20, if you see, has only 368, article 368. This is the screenshot of my lecture only. Okay, see page number, sorry, chapter 3, part 2, salient features of Indian constitution, it's covered. Okay, so here part 20 is covered, and here part 18 is emergency provision. These are all remembering whether it is part 18 or part 17. That is a little tricky, but still it is there in the textbook. It is not any out of the blue question. And then part 9A, this you should have known. Municipalities and this thing, PV Narasimha Rao 1992 came and made the amendment, add the 73rd and 74th amendment and did this, that is 9A for municipalities and the other one for Panchayat 9B. This is something which you should have known. Okay, so that is why this I will put in a medium category because it's difficult to recollect the other emergency provisions and all. Okay, so here next one. Which of the following are correct as per Constitution of India? This is a pure common sense question because you will not, nobody will study what are the subjects under union list, state list and this thing. Fully you won't study. You will know the basic things like atomic and banking and all these things comes under center. The market and fisheries and all come under state. And then you can tell the concurrent is like where it is forest, education, judiciary. That all comes in the concurrent. That much you will know. But this kind of thing, only common sense if you apply, because you know we all have been going through the gone through the quarantine which happened. Okay, quarantine, it's like central government is the one who makes our COVID certificate or quarantine rules, the flight rules, everything center will do. Okay, so interstate quarantine is a union subject, is a true statement. Okay, they're asking you which of the following are correct. So this, if you know that it is correct, you don't need to read any other option. So that way, commonsensically, this was solvable. Okay, I don't expect you to by heart all the 100, 200 subjects under each of the list. And else also, if you see, everything is interstate. So whenever it's interstate, obviously, center will have a role. They are telling interstate trade and commerce, state list, which is wrong. Interstate migration state list, which is wrong, because all these are interstate things where center will have a role. Here you see corporation tax is a state one, corporation tax again goes to the center. So here the common sense of quarantine is under central government alone could have solved the question, but else I don't think any coaching class would have taught you the entire list. Even we did not teach you the entire list because it's not practical to study the entire list and go. Okay, so that's why they put the options like that, where you can, they didn't ask you to find out the faults, they ask you to find out the correct one, where 3 of them are wrong. Okay, that made it easier. That's why I told this time's questions, options were easier. Okay, now the next question, very simple and previous year question, repeat question, that right to privacy comes under what? Okay, right to privacy is under right to life, which is Article 21, which everybody knows. It's there in your Lakshmikant also. And in the news, you know, there is right to be forgotten, there is right to internet. Okay, like that, right to many things are there, right to education, I think, right, many things are actually a sub part of right to life only in our life. So that is Article 21, and in multiple MCQs we have covered, in editorials we have covered, lectures we have covered. So this also should be a 2-point like bonus point for everyone who studied. Okay, now ethics committee, this is a little medium to difficult question. Because the provisions of ethics committee, even in Lakshmikant, it's not given properly. Okay, so this one in a old Indian Express article I have taken, from that only they have taken this question. Okay, if you see, it was initially an ad hoc committee. That is easy because basics, if you know, committees in parliament, parliamentary committee chapter is there, chapter 23, 26, something like that in Lakshmikant. You know, there are standing committees and there are ad hoc committees. So all the committees, 90% will come under ad hoc committee only, meaning for a purpose it is made. Okay, so this is also a inquiry committee section in Lakshmikant. Up to that we have taught. Okay, ethics committee, till that we will teach. And how many members are there, like in Lok Sabha it's there or Rajya Sabha it's there, who will chair it, that all will teach. But here they are asking, the committee cannot take up any matter which is sub judice. Okay, so with common sense you can see that whatever in sub judice, nobody can take it up. That way it should be correct. So here answer is actually 1 and 3, and here again elimination will work because the second statement is an extreme statement only. Okay, only a member of the Lok Sabha can make a complaint relating to unethical conduct of a member of a Lok Sabha. So that reason, that if you eliminate the statement 2, if you eliminate this A, B and D will go and answer will come. That's why I put in medium category, because with common sense when you read that 3 statements and the options are like this, if you use common sense, even if you did not use, don't worry or don't be sad or don't get irritated. This happens in the exam hall. Okay, but I'm teaching you the process. So next year, now whenever this kind of question comes where one statement you eliminate and you get the answer, you will start thinking like that. Whether there is an extreme statement, I will go and eliminate it, I will get the answer directly. That process is what I'm teaching you. So here, if you see that 2 statements, 1 and 3, see if you see, committee does not entertain complaints based on media reports or sub judice, both. Okay, so next time maybe the media reports thing they'll ask. And then it's presented to speaker, provision of half an hour discussion is there on this report. And then here, see, any person can complain against a member through another Lok Sabha MP along with evidence of the alleged misconduct. So this and all, again they will maybe ask you next year, like, can you do it with evidence or without evidence? Can you do it through a Lok Sabha MP or not? Can you self-complain or not? This kind of detailing which they have asked already, they will ask you again, just to test whether you are doing previous year questions and coming. Okay, so I've shown you the source, it's from an Indian Express article. Okay, now next one. Writ, very direct and expected also. 5 writs are there, and out of that 5 writs, okay, mandamus or habeas corpus, certiorari, from that one question is expected. Every year one question is coming. So this one is again a straightforward question. They are just asking, issued by the Supreme Court or High Court, that they are giving here itself. To whom? And this prohibition, you should know, it is a court-related thing. Only judicial or quasi-judicial body are related to that. That's the basic given in your Lakshmikant. See, chapter 7 to 11 test is there. This is also chapter 7 to 11 test. Question number 34, 35, back-to-back questions what we have given. Which of the following is false? Okay, so something is false, you leave that, see what is true. Prohibition is available only against judicial and quasi-judicial body. That is one thing. With that itself, if you see, here it is against the government, against the parliament legislature, against the government. So only thing is lower court. Only thing available judicial is one option. So this is correct. Okay. Another question you see, both certiorari and prohibition. Okay, let me just move myself. Prohibition is not available against any private individual. It is not against any legislative body. It's not available. Okay, so that is what you have to do here. In this options also, if you see, it is both options are like government and legislature. So such things are not applicable. It is given in your Lakshmikant. So they just tested whether you know the basics of what is prohibition. Nothing else they tested. Okay, they did not ask you a current affair or something. So a court giving to another court, that is the prohibition. Okay, so it's again a easy category question. Answer C. Now next question. scheduled tribe. Okay, this also is a very easy question. Who will declare the scheduled tribe? That actually president will declare, or the parliament has the power to include or exclude a certain list and all. Okay, but governor will be consulted. So this is actually just a definition of Article 342 they have asked. So here it is the governor of the state who recognizes and declares any community is wrong. Okay, it is not governor, it is president. That is article. Okay, so one will be wrong. So answer will become 2 only, which is again a simple thing. A community declared as a scheduled tribe in a particular state is not in another state. That also you know. There are many tribes. While we discuss this reservation, you are filling the UPSC form and all that time also we will tell that state has this ST list, this state has this ST list. So that again common sense. Okay, you could have solved it. So this is answer B. But still, if you find it difficult, you can put it in a difficult or medium category. But I found this as a normal aspirant who studied Lakshmikant and went, and who knows the basics, they could have solved this. Okay. But in that pressure environment, maybe you confused and marked in either 1 or 2. But here answer is 2 only. Now next one, budget. Budget also multiple times question has come about the budget, what all documents are placed by the budget, who places there, on behalf of whom they place it. That is what they have asked here. And see in our lecture itself, this is chapter number 22. Okay, behind me you can see chapter number 22, Parliament chapter, part 8. Okay, part 8. Parliament chapter was the lengthiest chapter we have done in 8 parts. So this is there in YouTube. Okay, you can go and see. That single screen, that same thing has been asked. Okay, the single screen what you see, the president shall cause every year to be laid in the parliament in both the houses the annual financial statement, or which is simply the budget. Okay, so annual that you should know at least. Annual financial statement means budget. Okay, inside that there are many other documents also, which was the previous year question. That medium term fiscal, some documents, some 2-3 documents are there. That was asked previously. Here they are just asking you directly the budget itself. So budget who places? The finance minister is the one who reads it, but on whose behalf? They have given in the question on the behalf of prime minister. That's wrong. It's based on everything is on the behalf of president, which these people act. Okay, so and the second statement is also, if you see in my lecture itself, no demand for a grant shall be made except on the recommendation of the president. Okay, so in our lecture what screenshot is there, that exact thing has come in the prelims also. At union level, no demand for grant can be made except on the recommendation of the president of India. So this is correct, and this one, prime minister is wrong, it should be president. So answer will be B, 2 only. So this is why I am telling, please take our lecture seriously. It's completely free lectures of Lakshmikant, Spectrum, R.S. Sharma, Satish Chandra, everything is done free of cost. Okay, please watch that from end to end, chapter 1 to last chapter, please watch it. And then make notes if you want, or then buy test series, because my test series will have the MCQs based on this. So that plus revision chart, your complete preparation is done. But people take this very lightly, that I will do it myself, I will do my Lakshmikant myself. You will not get the important points. Okay, we know what is important. So please take these things seriously. Okay, now next question. With reference to the Speaker of the Lok Sabha, consider the following statements. This is when his removal, okay, when suppose a speaker is to be removed. So that interim time, when he is not the proper full person also, and he is like in the verge of removal, what will be the case? That if you see the same question in our test, which of the following is false? During the time in which a resolution to remove a speaker is under consideration, what is his role? Okay, because ideally you should know, whenever voting happens and all, people will vote, and then after that speaker has a voting, meaning a second vote, meaning if there is a tie, you can do a tiebreaker vote also. But when you are in removal stage, okay, meaning I think effective majority you need, that's a different concept. So when you are in removal stage, that vote power is taken away from you. You are just like a normal MP or member sitting in this thing. That's a simple thing you have to know. You are a normal people among those other 543 people sitting there. You are also one among them. You don't have the speaker power that time. So that time you have the voting in the first instance. You don't have the vote, meaning along with others you can vote, but you cannot vote the tiebreaker. But here they have asked the opposite, I think. See, he shall not be entitled to vote on the resolution in the first instance. That is wrong. He has the vote in the first instance because he is like any other member now. But he cannot vote in the tiebreaker time. Okay, that power is taken away. So this 3 is wrong. When 3 is wrong, these 2 will go away. Now you are stuck with he shall not preside. That obviously he cannot preside, right? 1 is needed. So both places 1 is there. Now it's about the 2. He shall not have the right to speak. I mean, this you itself common sensibly think. This is not written in Lakshmikant or any textbook. Nowhere it's written. Okay, they just because the word is speaker, they put the thing like speak. Okay, you imagine like you are like in the verge of removal. Will they put you on like kind of a maun vrat or something and sit like chupchap in the parliament like a punishment given to a small child or something? That is not practically possible, right? There will be discussions going on. He is a part of MP or members. He is like any other member, but he is not sitting in the central chair. So this is a very absurd statement that he don't have the right to speak. Nobody, if there's no right to speak, then why are you even coming there? Why are you coming and sitting there like a dummy piece? So that common sense, if you know, here answer is A, 1 only. Okay, because obviously everybody will have the right to speak. In India, there is no rule or no provision or punishment where somebody's speaking power is taken away. Okay, so that is why here answer with Lakshmikant basic knowledge and the statement weirdness, you can easily solve this question. Now next one. With reference to the Speaker of the Lok Sabha, consider the following. Oh, this is the same. Sorry, the same thing. I just showed my proof here. Okay, polity question number test number 9. Complete removal procedure. Okay, complete removal procedure. See, first instance cannot vote and what 14 days notice. The complete notes. Okay, this much crisp notes will be there, which is a summary format of what is you are reading in Lakshmikant. That's why I'm telling you, whichever institute you are joining, join starting phase itself, so that you read the textbook and immediately you have that material with you, so that you can revise it. Okay, because reading Lakshmikant again and revising is not practically possible. So next one. With reference to Indian Parliament, consider the following statement. Bill. Okay, a bill pending, meaning when Lok Sabha is there, Rajya Sabha is there, one government is going out, when joint sitting is called, what will happen? Whether it will lapse or whether it will not lapse, this complete table format in Lakshmikant is given. There is no outside factor, not a single difficult thing was there. So here one of the test chapter 20 to 25 is also there, and in our full test in detail, the same thing in bullet point I have shown you. See here, what all are the happenings of a bill? The position with respect to lapsing of a bill are as follows. A bill pending in the Lok Sabha lapses. Okay, a bill pending in the Lok Sabha lapses. Then next one, a bill passed by the Lok Sabha but pending in the Rajya Sabha lapses. A bill passed by the Lok Sabha and pending in the Rajya Sabha lapses. So 1 and 2 is needed in the answer. Okay, so that's only one option is there. Okay, 1 and 2. Third one you didn't even read. If you know the first two, you can solve it there itself. Third one is a bill in regard with the President of India notified for a joint sitting. Okay, that time they are telling here it lapses. But actually here if you see, when joint sitting is called dissolution of Lok Sabha, it does not lapse. This is not our knowledge and all, this is given in your Lakshmikant. Okay, it's a basic polity fact. So this one again, if you have read polity textbook, Lakshmikant and Wendt, this is a straightforward easy question. Okay. So answer is 1 and 2, and there is no option called 1, 2, 3 also. So here options also made it easy for you if you know at least 2 statements. So here with reference to Parliament of India, this was asked, I think last year it was asked, prorogation and dissolution, already it was asked last year. So this time again they have asked it, but here they have just asked a clause of the president in that. They have given president more importance, and because one basic thing, I think article 75 or 78 or something is there, it's clearly written, president can act anything only on the aid and advice of the council of minister. This basic thing alone they tested. You don't have to know any of the other things which is mentioned here. So here they are telling president does something but does not require the advice of council of minister. This is actually only in Indira Gandhi's time there was a short period of time where she had the complete power. Else in our country, always president act everything through resolution of this thing only. So here this one statement 1 is a complete wrong statement. With logic itself, it's a complete wrong statement. We have covered it also. You will see prorogation in polity test number 12. See, prorogation, adjournment, summoning, adjournment sine die, everything we have covered, and that also is asked here, adjournment sine die. Okay, so here the first statement is wrong. First statement is wrong means these two gone. So what will happen? Statement 3 automatically becomes correct. Statement 3 automatically becomes correct. That is dissolution of Lok Sabha President of India in exemptional this thing does with the advice. See here they're telling does with the advice of the council. So like that first statement also should have been does with the advice. Okay, so 3 is correct. Second one, prorogation of a house is generally done after the house is adjourned sine die, but there is no bar to the President of India prorogating the house which is in session, meaning either the house is in session, that time president can do it, or when the adjournment sine die, meaning the speaker has adjourned the session, that time also president can do. So both are possible. It's there in your test number 12. Okay, polity test number 12. See, first the speaker or chairman declares the house adjourned sine die. After that, next few days, president issues a notification of prorogation. Okay, but however, the president can also prorogue the house in session. The exact line what we have taught you. Okay, that exact line has been asked as a statement number 2 here. Okay, this is why I am telling, please practice at least this year properly and you will be next year easily clearing. Okay, so I think we have done with the 17 questions, and you tell me in comment section how many you did it correct, how many you confused, how many you did it wrong. We have now finished history, we have finished polity. Next, as I told, I will do science question with the energy combined, then we will do geography and economics, and also some animal 9 questions came, that also we will discuss, and with that I think some GK questions around will be left. So everything in next 2-3 days I will try to complete, and then we will do the final Vysh versus UPSC video where I show you the proper proof. Now it's all I'm showing you. You can see in history I think 6 out of 9 questions came from our test series. Now in this 17 questions, close to 13 questions, okay, 12 to 13 questions came from our test series. So like this, everywhere more than 50% is coming from our test series, means obviously out of 100 questions, 45 to 50 will be from our test series, sure. Okay, that's what we claim also. Every time when we sell our test series, we tell that 100 marks, close to 100 marks will be solvable from our test series. So hope this was helpful. Tell me in comment section, go and report any wrong question if it's there, and make use of this facility. Okay, so I'll wind up this video. Thank you and have a nice day.